Black Power, Black Beauty, Black by popular demand. This is Black's History Month, a 28-day celebration of Black exploitation films. And here's yet another buddy karate movie, except this one has no funny business. Dynamite Brothers is directed by Al Adamson, and boy, when you do research on this guy and his movies, you get a large and loud consensus of people who think his movies absolutely suck. I mean, no redeeming qualities. I actually talked about one of his movies last year, the movie Black Heat, and yeah, I took it to task a little bit, but only because he tried to pull a fast one and combine two movies into one. Two bad movies at that. So yeah, that movie was bad because it really wasn't a movie at all. Dynamite Brothers, on the other hand, I actually found enjoyable. Alan Tang is Larry Chen, a Chinese native who smuggles himself into California looking for his brother. The movie doesn't immediately tell you why, but every now and then we get these flashbacks that gives out the reason little by little. And oh god, my retinas! Whose idea was it to make the flashbacks these bright and red contrasty colors? It's making my eyes water. On the other side of town is Stud Brown, played by former football player Timothy Brown, who coincidentally went on to star in the movie Black Heat. He's in the back of a police car for reasons. And when a corrupt cop goes to arrest Chen before he can even begin his search, that's all the reason the movie needs to get these two Dynamite brothers together. Now, for the first couple of minutes, I was loving this. Two guys from completely different backgrounds, one knowing karate, the other knowing street fighting, handcuffed together, just beating ass indiscriminately. This is great, and I couldn't wait to see all the unique situations that they found themselves in. But then the movie makes the decision to allow them to cut the cuffs off, and even worse, decides to separate them for damn near the rest of the movie. And like, I get it, it's a clever way to make two movies in one being a martial arts movie and the other a blaxploitation film, but it muddles the plot too much and finds the weakest way to connect the two stories. Plus, it's made obvious from the beginning that this is Chen's story, and so much more effort is put into him finding his brother than was put into Stud Brown helping his friend Smiling Man fight off a rival gang. But it's kind of saved by how funny and likable Smiling Man is. He's quite the character.
If it's the war they want, they're gonna get it.
You know what else is a weird decision? Randomly, this movie also stars the great Carol Speed. But guess what? She doesn't speak. That's right, not a single word. They decided to cast a good actress like Carol Speed and make her a mute. That might be this movie's worst decision. Somehow she pulls it off as Stud Brown's love interest, but I can't help but wonder how much better it would have been if she had some lines. I will say one thing, the fighting in this is actually a lot better than you might imagine. For a low budget movie, the karate is very convincing, and props to Alan Tang for that, because I'm sure he got all kinds of comparisons to Bruce Lee throughout his career, so I know he wanted it to be believable. You know what else I like that probably raised this movie stock with me by the millions? It stars David Lopan. You know, the old man from Big Trouble in Little China. His real name is James Hong, and he's the villain of this movie. A good one too. And as of this video, he is still alive at 95 and still acting. I hope my dude lives forever. I'm a fan. Another odd thing that this movie does is whenever two Asians are in a scene together, their voices are dubbed over, even though they're clearly both speaking English. I guess the accents were just a little too strong.
That is the truth.
That is not the truth I want.
What you want will not bring her back.
Nitpicks aside, this movie was actually pretty good, and if Al Adamson is as bad as everybody says, well, this has to be one of his better movies. The fighting is solid, especially when the brothers team up, and although the story is a bloated mess, I was invested and wanted to see it through to the end. I wish there was way more action with Stud and Chen handcuffed together like what was advertised, but at least this time it's only one movie and not two movies Frankenstein together. With that being said, I definitely recommend the movie. It's dynamite.